Yes, ma'am. All right. Grand Rising, Elizabeth. It
Grand
is
Rising.
Friday,
It's Friday.
July
Yes.
7th, 2023.
Yeah.
And it is a wonderful day to share about passion, purpose, and anything else that comes up because that is okay too.
Yeah.
I'm Lolly, and I'm here today with my wonderful, well, the founder of this wonderful experience, but also co-host, Queen Aduni.
Ready, ready, ready,
Yeah.
ready, 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 ready. This is a beautiful day. Ready to- And we shall rejoice and be glad. What you creating this weekend, Mama Evelyn? What are you creating?
Well, I
What you
just finished.
stepping into?
Well, I'm endeavoring to find out. I'm going to start preparing for the next make and take, and so and then I have some projects that I have to work on. I have to work on Volanda's earrings,
Mm-hmm.
and I will be finished with those by the weekend's end because I just have to put the ear wires and the beads on. And but I just emailed Cicely to find out if they made a decision on the next make and take because she about to pop with that baby in August. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, she's not going to be available. So just to see if they, but I want to do just a series of little videos on, my what I'm doing to prepare to get people interested and excited about the event. Um, so that's what I'm going to do this weekend. And I think we're gonna go over to the house and get yeah, we have to wait until we get these little coasters because we got to move that dresser out of RJ's room because we are getting his room a little situated so that it's a little different when he comes back and he'll be able to relax into his new school year and everything. So yeah, we got to get that dress out of here and it's heavy. And I told Sheena I'm not hurting myself trying to get that out of here. It's
You don't
very
have
heavy.
any guys that can come and help you?
Not really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not without having to pay him. But then he's reasonable. But that's just for that little thing. We can maneuver it. We get these little things with the little rollers and get it
Yeah.
on, and we just roll it on out the door to the curb.
Mm-hmm. And just be careful. Well, that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Grand Rising.
Grand
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, Sharon, as well.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. I'm laughing so hard. Who is Mama Evelyn today?
Girl, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you who she is. She
Who?
is Wisdom Friday, okay? Because she just
Oh,
came in here like a lion's mane with her mane, like I
oh,
am the queen.
I'm cracking up because yesterday I was Cleo. I come on here. I'm like, well, who is Evelyn today?
When Evelyn popped in and her picture, I went, whoa, queendom.
I know, but he that
Oh,
big.
that's a new girl. I ain't never seen her before.
And then she keeps pulling her dress up because because she's looking fine and she want to be, and the girls want to pop up little cleavage there. And she keep pulling it up.
Oh, that is
Come
so
over there
cool.
and get some of them chi-chis and smack them right here, boy.
That is so cool.
See, God knew not to give me chi-chis because, see, I would be ridiculous. And my mama, I would have got a lot of whoopings because I'd have been showing. Ooh, I wanted to be a topless dancer. I realized I was topless.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it reminds me of when Sheena was at her stage where, I'm a big girl and I'm gonna let it all, would have them up and proud. And we were in a restaurant, and we were in a booth, and she was sitting there, and the waiter came over. He just would not look at her. I was like, girl. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious alive.
Shoot, after last night, I was like, I'm gonna come on here this morning, but I'm in recovery mode. Y'all done took me on Zoom. I was like, well, I guess I ain't recovery mode. So just go on and do the damn thing now.
No,
Oh,
right.
hi, Sharon. You out there enjoying that sunshine?
Yeah.
You on mute, babe.
Yep. See, we used to have Lily B to come and take us outside.
Can you
Now
hear
we
me
don't have
now?
Lily B, we got Sharon.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got out here. It's a beautiful morning in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Grand Elizabeth Rising.
Absolutely.
And I will be listening to your wonderful advice and talk as I'm walking down the street. So I'm gonna have to tuck into my waistband here. So
Well, thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Okay, tuck us in.
Tuck us
okay.
in. Yeah.
Okay, Sharon, tuck us in.
Oh my goodness gracious. So
Elizabeth's on the wow.
Rev.
Yeah, baby.
You didn't hear Pam's confession. So Pam Star's confession from this morning's breakthrough. So Star, you have to share it again.
Oh my God. What's the confession? It's my confessions. I should have showed it.
It's my confession.
Well, during our read this morning, I happened to mention that I don't like circles.
Oh.
And I said, I don't know why. And so they asked the question, well, you don't think that the Course in Miracles is a circle? I said, no, in my mind, it's a class. And I told her, I said, I go to very few circles. And so in the midst of my talking, it came to me, the Holy Spirit told me why I don't like them. Because I don't want people to see me. And when you go to these circles, they might see something I don't want them to see. So I said, okay. So I
That's good, Star.
It didn't matter to me who Isis is. It's in my mind, it's a circle.
Yeah.
So it just didn't matter who was giving it or whatever. And so now that I know, I look forward to going, and I don't know what to expect.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in there and just see what happens.
I just love looking at these two boxes talk and the people who are.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just tell y'all flat out.
In here.
Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna tell y'all flat out in the world. I'm laying down now, flat out in the whole world.
In the world. Okay, you shaded out a little bit from the darkness, so we cool. We can see your silhouette.
Yeah, I'm recouping. Oh, baby, I'm recouping. Lolly, you channeling somebody too today. It's like something's going on because Lolly don't look like Lolly. Lolly looks like somebody else today. Look at her. Don't smile. Just look regular. No smile.
Hold on. I'm trying to look regular. Hold on. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna check with Danny. I haven't heard anything. Oh, here she is. Please forget. Grand Rising, please forgive me. However, I'm having a challenge this morning and I'm not feeling I'm sure y'all get the rest.
Who that?
This is from Danny. Okay, here you go.
Oh, Danny.
I'm having a challenge this morning and I'm not feeling well. Please keep my family in your prayers. We have my niece Shatice's funeral tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Her niece's funeral tomorrow?
Yeah, they're just continuing, just, you know.
What? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean it like this, but who died now? Oh my God.
It's her niece. Shatice Stillwell.
Well, how old was she?
I think she was in her 40s.
Wow.
In her 40s, I think early 40s or something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, she's done. She is like, I'm checking out. I'm done.
I think it was all of a sudden kind of one of those things. Anyway, yes, so we send prayers out to
Yeah.
the Stillwell family and friends and Shatice's friends, and even those that the family didn't know. We just send grace, love, peace, comfort, because our Holy Spirit is the comforter, and she will wrap them in her arms and take care of them. Every tear is precious to her, and every cry is precious, and every laugh is precious. So just put them in her hands, in the bosom of God, and we know that they are all right. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Okay, there we go. Like, look at Lolly now, y'all. Don't smile, Lolly. Don't smile. Look at her. She different. There's somebody new. I ain't never really seen her before. Everybody channeling somebody. What's going on this week? Our different aspects trying to show up.
You know
I
what?
don't know.
You know what, teacher?
Yeah.
Because you are breaking and help. Well, you are assisting us in breaking down walls, and so more and more goodness begins to come on out. And joy and stuff. That's why I'm sure that's why you know when it's off, because there's been a steady growth of all of
Yeah,
it.
it has been. Yeah, it has been.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, for real. For real.
And so when we
That's real.
step back, it's like, well, no, come on. So I mean, that's your anointing for us. And let me just say this, this has been I can feel that this has been I've done this before. Your gift has shown up in my life before, and it felt like this. Your gift has shown up, and yeah, and it was that come on, don't stop, come on. And so when someone was try to stop and come on, so thank you for being obedient, all of you. Even the lion's mane done shown up. She done showed up as a lion.
Well, we are heading into Leo, though. We heading into the Leo time.
Great Christian.
Rising, I don't know if y'all can hear me because y'all in the car.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rev, she be breaking down our shit.
I'm breaking it down, man.
Yeah. And then make us clean it up.
Girl.
Or at least expect us to. Otherwise, it's going to be still laying there.
Girl, last night I had to give our friend from the circle, after we got the call, I had to give her some homework. You're like, you got homework.
You
got homework. Let's go do this homework. Wait a minute. Her daughter asked her, how was your call? She said, her daughter said, she got in my shit. Her daughter walked out the room, said, good. I'm glad somebody did. That's what her daughter said. Ain't that amazing?
11-year-old. An 11-year-old.
Woo!
Ain't that amazing? I'm glad somebody
Oh
did.
my gosh.
Yep.
That's a woke. That child is woke. She's
woke.
So woke. She's so woke.
So woke. But then I didn't know she has another daughter that's older that don't say nothing, that just watch. Like that's the
Mm.
one. That's the one. It's doing the judging and assessing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that watcher. So the younger one, this guy is verbal, but they two peas in the pod. So they send the young one in to do the talking for them. So good. That's so good though. But I'm gonna stick with her because I already got God that already showed me. It's a star over there, just like Star. It's a star over there. I just gotta hang with her till she can uncover her stuff.
Yeah.
I love God.
Yeah.
I love God.
Yeah, I do.
You love God. Love God.
Yeah.
You love God.
You don't love God? What's wrong
You
with
don't
you?
love God. I love God.
No, right?
I
You don't
said,
love
did they
God?
make that a song, a doggone song?
They made it a song,
I
honey.
love God.
No,
Simple thing.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Right, this is so funny. So, Izzy's like for you to sing. She have everybody sing. She don't care. Sometimes she'll just say, "Okay, we're about to sing," and she'll have everybody sing a song. So I already know she may not do it when we have the meet and greet. She may do it. I don't know. But I've said, okay, I got to sing a new song. I'm like, what song? Because you got to sort of know your song by heart. I was practicing my song the other day. Somebody was like, please don't sing that. Here go my song. Lift me up.
Oh
Hold
man.
me down. Okay.
Kennedy said that's her jam too.
Go, Kennedy.
She
I'm
over here
telling you,
singing it.
I'm like, Kennedy, that's the jam. I'm singing that song. Mm-mm. I love it. I was like, okay. Somebody was like, please don't sing that. I'm like, I'm going to sing it. I swear I'm going to sing it.
Get ready, get ready. Now, see, if you bust out in that song, I'm gonna be she's gonna excuse me because I'm gonna fall out laughing.
No, right?
They'll say,
Like,
well, who do you have? Who did you bring? Why did you bring her? So as soon as she sing that song, I will fall out. I was like, Master, she gonna look at me and like, and then
I can't wait for y'all to come. Okay, so this is how I really, really feel. Okay, so it's like the Harriet Tubman in me is, I'm so glad y'all come to see the master teacher because I can bring all of y'all and go, look who I brought. Yeah, I'm Harriet Tubman. I got all of these. I brought them from the South for you. Right? That cracks me up. But all of y'all are such wild cards. I'm like, God, please don't let them say nothing that's crazy. Because they was over in Egypt cutting up so bad. He's asking, where did y'all come from? Here they go. Reverend Omani Grace. They're like, oh my God, y'all throwing me under the bus in Egypt. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, now I'm about to take 18 wild cards. And the thing about it is we was cracking up for the people who've been in front of. So you can't really hide because her energy is such that it'll come out. It'll come out. You can't you can't stop it. Your foolishness will just come out of your mouth. You'll be like, why did I even open my mouth? So I'm like, okay, I'm just taking all my wild cards with me. But guess what? All my wild cards represent me. So I can't hide it. All y'all me. So here we go. Here we go. And I'm a wild card for sure.
Yes, and she'll be
Lift me up.
Yes.
Hold me down.
Wait, and you singing that, and Pam Star is over there saying, "You see me? You see me? You see me?" Mama
Oh my
Evelyn over there looking like just like that. Wish she put that big question mark and smile on her face at the same time.
You look beautiful. I love your hair.
Thank you. I was
Oh
going
my
to type you a
God.
message. Be careful driving. Don't let your because you know that law passed that we
Yeah, it's on.
can't have the phone
It's
in
in.
one hand. They'll get
Yeah,
you.
it's in this little holder thing.
Okay.
It's not in my hand. Hey,
Okay.
I'm parked now. That's why I can finally tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can see how she's sitting. Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
so
I
cool.
just move it around. It's normally in my cup holder because my phone get too hot in the sun. But yeah, I don't have it in my hands anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then
They
when I got people riding with
they
me,
just
I
making up
tell
all
them to do
kind
stuff
of
for me.
rules. They just making up all kind of rules to get your money. All kind of rules to get your money. Now you know how many tickets they about to give from people having fun.
Ooh.
About to
Well,
make it
Yeah.
pay. Like the cops ain't got nothing else to do.
You would think they do.
Clearly they don't. Though. Oh, okay, and now she rises. Okay.
Can I share with y'all? This is a program I'm putting together, and actually, I'm gonna get some volunteer help from Takrisha, so I'm excited about that. But I
Where's your
want
program?
it's at the youth center, Say Detroit Play Center. I'm going to see Queen Aduni. I wanted to share this program I'm doing. That can I have a co-host abilities?
mm-hmm.
The power.
You want the power.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I know what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. It's called Charms and Jingles.
Hmm.
So speaking of, passions and
What's
purpose
good?
and stuff like that, um, this is my way. I work in the community with youth. But one of the things I really appreciate doing is creating avenues for my youth to learn to grow, but also like connecting music with it and what I love. So it's the songwriting program that's happening. Starting orientation is next Thursday. So if you know any girls 11 to 15, that's for them. So basically, through the use of panels, workshops, and studio resources, young ladies will turn impactful, empowering, and informative conversations and guidance into jingles to share with their friends as they journey to womanhood. So there are several days that I'll be hosting this for. The preference is that those young ladies can be there for each of those days so that they're fully prepared for what we're gonna do. And I need to make some calls, but I really would like our listening party to be at a skating rink.
Mm-hmm.
Did I just break my necklace? That's exciting. Anyway, um yeah, so we've got each day or something else. Our first one is going to be about self-expression with some special guests. Our next one is going to include yoga, meditation, reflections, and then a girl chat that talks about mental health, and hygiene as it relates to self-care, and or writing every day as well. School and career. So this is something where if anyone feels like maybe they can volunteer their time, they would be, a good person for this. I'm doing a speed dating workshop, and basically the girls, after we have a conversation about our passions and purpose, our professional goals and what we're doing to accomplish them, I'm gonna do a speed dating for them where they will be able to kind of just speak to a lot of different women about their goals and their career and what they do and all of that. So if anyone is interested in that on August 3rd, um, let me know because that would be very cool.
So do you need people to speak, young people to speak?
So I need it's more of a cohort. So I'm taking up to 12 girls, but a minimum of 8 girls, hopefully. And these are gonna be like girl chats. So we'll be talking amongst each other and learning amongst each other. So
Okay.
I don't necessarily need anyone to speak, but for the different activities, I would like to have like a volunteer that or volunteers that really fit that. So the speed dating one is the one where I'll probably need the most people because I would prefer to have one woman, one adult woman to one child. So that they can, everybody speed date at the same time type
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but then I still would love, at least one other person. I mean, I'll have to Carisha there as well, but for some of the conversations as well. So like the relationships one, we'll be talking about friendships as we'll talk about all types of relationships, but it'd be nice to have some more people in that conversation.
Is this physical or is it on Zoom or something online?
This is a PDF, so I can actually share as well.
But your intention is that they come to physically together or
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. So the goal is for them to meet up at the youth center and then we'll run our programming there. So they're actually when they're in the youth center, we'll have our programming and then they also are going into the studio and recording that same day.
Mhm.
That's nice. Now that's nice, Lolly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So orientation is next Thursday from 1 to 2, but the full time is 1 to 4. So if anyone can't make that 1 to 2 window, that's cool. And yeah.
Why do I have the feeling that you're gonna have more than 12 girls there?
I don't know, but I just hope I can handle that.
Okay.
What day
Yeah.
is that on Thursdays or?
Thursday starting next week.
Mhm.
And
Wonderful.
Thursday from what time?
From 12 to 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you need us to do something? You
Well, if
gotta.
anyone,
My question is, do you have a request?
I do have a request for
Okay.
anyone who would like to, specifically for, I believe it was the August 3rd, Thursday, August 3rd.
Okay.
If you find that you are a inspirational woman
Yeah.
and or you have an inspirational career,
Okay.
then please, I would love some assistance that day.
Okay.
I'll put you down, baby.
I put you down too, but I got young people in my life. I'm gonna look for some young person,
Young people.
18, 17. My one of my little boos about to go off to Spelman, so I think it would be great for her to come and inspire the kids or have a word or two. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what I look for. Cause see, for those kids, I'm granny, so
Right.
right.
I,
So yeah, I need to keep it in. So I'll make some and I'll definitely come and hold space with you.
thank you.
Okay? Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, I'll do that. I'll make some requests for my young people too to come
Yeah.
support. Mhm.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that community.
Mhm.
Um, which also I wanted to share this article.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
it's about it's the 6 benefits of having a community when building a business.
Mhm.
Um
Mhm.
and it made me think about this. Well, earlier when we were having our conversations and even when Star was speaking, and it made me think like we all have our roles in life, especially within our businesses though. But that community aspect, we can't do things completely by ourselves. There is a lot that goes into us being able to do what we do, and a lot of people that are involved in that, and each of them fulfilling their purpose in order for it to happen. So I love community, and I was like, let me find something. Let me find an article that really fits what I'm trying to say. And then of course I was like, because it takes a village. And so I click an article, and the first line says, there's an old saying that goes, it takes a village to raise a child. I was like, okay, I think this is the article I was looking for. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. So, it says there's an old saying that goes, it takes a village to raise a child. Such simple saying, it emphasizes the beauty and necessity of the people around you or your community in helping you raise a child. In a sense, your business or brand is just like your child. You care for it, work hard so it will succeed, and do everything to protect it from anything that may hurt it. Also, like parenting, creating and sustaining a successful business and or brand is something that can't be done alone. As much as being a lone wolf is glorified in today's business world, being supported by and working with your community of business leaders and supporters provides many benefits. Let's take a look at some of the advantages being engaged in your community can do for your business. So, one, communities help you learn. The first thing, hold on. Come on, advertisement. The first thing to remember is that you don't know everything. Having a community is great because it provides you an opportunity to learn and gain more knowledge. Often in business, you get so close to the project you are working on that you have trouble taking a step back to see what you may be missing. It is key to recognize that each person in your community is their own vessel of knowledge and has their own unique experiences that can be of great help to you. Your community members can be those fresh eyes you need to take a look at your project and present you with ideas that make it even better. So that was the first one, communities help you learn, which in this Elizabeth community, I see that so much. Our communities help us learn, especially when they say sometimes we're so upfront in it, we don't take a step back and look at it. And for example, Reverend Omani, she's one of those community members that took that step back for you, and like, you don't see it. So yeah, that's one thing. Then the second thing was communities build your network. So your community is also essential to building your network. Forming genuine relationships within your community and network can get you a long way. The people in your community also have their own networks and separate communities, some of which might have connections that you too wish to gain. Maintaining kindness, respect, and a consistent engagement with the people in your community will benefit you in not just the short one, but the long run when you might find yourself looking for new opportunities or needing to make certain connections. And I must say, hopping back to this community, our networks, I feel like a lot of times, at least for me, I felt like my network has expanded. And even it's like somebody might be in this group, like, hey, there's an event here happening with this person. And I never met this person, but now I'm at this event meeting this person in their community, and it just connects me even more so that when something comes up, I know about it or I'm a part of it or whatever. So communities build your network. So that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Um, let's see. There's three more. Okay. Communities support you. Sometimes what we need is just a thumbs up, a push to make the big leap, even just a shoulder to lean on. Your communities can support you and encourage you to reach the goals that you desire. Studies conducted on empathetic leadership have shown that a supportive leader positively correlates to innovative behavior. Having the emotional support and encouragement when making choices can give you the confidence and strength to make the best choices and to lead better outcomes. Yes. And there are some leaders in here today So we see you. Thank you for your empathetic leadership.
That's good, Lolly.
Let's see. Communities educate you. Each person in your community not only has their own experience and perspectives, that's one of my favorite words is perspective, but diverse ethnic and cultural backgrounds that have influenced these experiences and perspectives. Being part of a community full of diverse individuals allows you to learn and become familiar with new ways of living and thinking. Having a diverse workplace has proven itself many benefits, especially increased critical thinking and empathy. Having a diverse community makes you a better innovator. And even in here, I think a lot of times, well, in general, when you say diverse, people are automatically like, Black, white, Hispanic, da da da. Like, okay, yeah. There's more to diversity than just where we come from or what we look like or what our skin tone is. Diversity comes in, like I said in the article, in our perspectives and our cultural backgrounds and the way got raised in our house versus the way you got raised in your house. There is diversity, enough diversity to allow for people to have very strong support of you and your business and of your brand and able to give you new outlooks, new ways to look at how you want to proceed. All right. Communities provide strength in numbers. Today's marketing is all about numbers and high metrics. Having large and or many different communities is great for social media and marketing. So let's say you have a new idea and need some support online to help things take off for you. Having a community to network with is a great way to create traction for new digital ideas. And we see that in just, if one person in here had an event and posted a flyer, we see that you tag us or you share it with us or you put it in our chat or even talk about it in here. We now can share that with our communities as well. So strength in numbers. And the very last one is communities raise you too. At its core, being a part of a community makes you better, a better leader, a better learner, and a better person. Yes, your community is a resource and your members are connections, but more than anything, they are your cheerleaders, supporters, and friends. Business has become a realm of full goals, buzzwords, and results. Whether we like it or not, our communities are the people that are going to get us where we want to be. Even if you are stuck working with people you would rather not, these people challenge you to work at things from a different perspective. I like that. Push you to develop your interpersonal skills and establish new levels of empathy. It takes a village. Many of the categories intertwine with another, but that is what makes a community so special. Having just one community can provide all of these benefits. Contrary to what the media may market, no one has gotten to where they are completely on their own. So dive deep into your communities, learn, engage, connect. You might even find more than what you were looking for. Yep. That's
really
that. I'm
good.
gonna share that article.
Yeah, that was a good article. Really good. Yeah, really good.
So you know me, I got a question.
Okay.
I love stories. So, I like hearing about people's lives because I'm a little curious. So, if anyone, please share a time where community allowed you to be successful in one of your endeavors.
So endeavors, does it have to be like an event or just something you needed? You needed scholarship stuff, whatever that thing is.
Anything you were striving for. I was trying to keep it as vague as
a cup of sugar next door. We used to borrow sugar from next door back when I was young. I don't know if they do that anymore. Go to your neighbor and borrow a cup of flour. Like that. They don't do that. Sharon?
Hello, Grand Rising again. Okay, my example would be a recent one, Juneteenth Day. dealing with the Camp Ward setup, and I had set a invitation shout out plea to everybody on my little Rolodex, through message, and my friends showed up to make it a success. So, I said, wow, most of the adults there, I knew everybody. So I appreciated that. So, my community came through for me. And if you were one of the people who came through, thank you. So is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, why not? I love it.
So I would definitely say that the community came for the Elizabeth Visionary Conference. The community came, definitely. The community of Elizabeth and those that we reached out to, the vendors and all of that, that was community. And they each held down their area. I am so blessed to have friends and associates that are alike like me. And so they just come in and they step in and do what they need to do. And so I appreciate that. Yeah, so that was definitely, and just the little things, when I can reach over and walk over to Angelique, my stylist, one of the stylists there, and who does advanced stuff. She knows all the up-to-date techniques and stuff. That's community when I can walk over and ask her how she does it, and she doesn't reject me. She shares with me easily, and so with everybody. So the community of yeah, I mean, you need customers. You need the community to come in so you can take care of them, make them beautiful and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and of course the community of entertainment and how they come through booking gauges, booking stuff, and or just sharing, like the Satin Dolls, they have a phone thing that they're always sharing, that they're on TV and they're doing these things. And so to watch Sky vision and dream reborn through all these other sisters and brothers that are working to make her dream, her vision come forth. That's really, because she's on a roll, and she's been doing this for 20 years. So the community that has followed Sky are all showing up to see it be big like that. I like that, is amazing. And you were there when Detroit showed up for her. That's community. That was community, because everybody wanted the best from everybody. Yeah. Anyone else?
That's really good. The example I have, like, many people don't know this about me. Okay, so now, well, because somebody that already talked about me, how I be on Zoom, I'll be like, oh hell, Becky to the no. Okay, but I gotta say this because I'm not up yet. Listen, so part of my life that people don't really know about, having shared here, is that I used to teach a course at Landmark, and my course was all about self-expression and leadership, but it was all about creating community. So how do you create community, and how do you cause community in the community, right?
Yeah.
So this conversation is, I am going through an evolution in my growth, right? Because from coming out of the barren land, it's like now things are being restored back to me. So community is one of the things, because why I'm here today and can still be talking is because I have community.
Yeah.
Like when things broke down for me, my community was like, okay, we see you can't walk right now, so one of us go get on each side of you and we go walk with you until you can start walking again. Like that brings me to tears. And so that's my community. Like my community has supported me And then guess what? Sometimes your community get tired of supporting you, but who God is for me, he'll bring me some more people to be in my community. So I can keep on going, right? So, but the thing about community that I want to say is in creating a community, what actually happens is you actually start to form a group of people who are thinking like-minded as you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get like-minded people thinking together, like that's when the miracles can really happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I love about community. And I love that you're having this conversation because it brings me back to a core aspect of who I am, and who I am is community.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Lolly.
Mm-hmm. Lucretia looks like she's about to bust open with some knowledge there, some share.
Oh, then she went away.
She's popping in and out, in and out. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna answer it. Hold on.
Okay.
So yeah, I love community because you never deplete it when you got community, and so many people are depleted. So many people are walking alone, lone rangers. They have nowhere to go. I've lived with quite a few of my friends, and I had to really get how awesome my community is because some some somebody said to me, "How many people have you lived with?" And I told them, they was like, "You don't even really get how lucky you are because I don't have 5 people I could ask to live with me.
Mm-hmm.
The, that if I needed a place to stay, I don't have 5 people." And and it's actually been the experience of people been mad at me. Why you mad at me? Because you ain't come live with me yet? Okay, y'all, this is not some journey I'm on. This yeah, this is not some kind of game. Right. And so for me, my perspective was it was a bad thing that I didn't have a place to stay. But actually in my community, it was a good thing because all of them was like, "Oh, she can come stay with me now. I have a coach who live with me. How lucky am I?" Right? I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, community is powerful and it's important. So yeah, I love community. You
Okay.
know.
I would say Juneteenth also because some friends showed up that uh probably saw my little commercial and showed up there that I hadn't seen in a while. So that was nice. And I think the new people that I met seemed really appreciative. I still haven't posted those pictures. Still appreciative of what I
Where's
brought to the
Danielle? You would
table.
get it if Danielle was here. Go ahead though.
Huh?
You would be in trouble if Danielle was here. If
I
Danielle
would.
was here and you hadn't posted your pictures.
Oh yeah.
A girl, yeah, right. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, but that, it was nice. It was nice. It just I'm just always amazed at what people make and what they take away from whatever. And you hear about it, years later or some other event, they remember you, and it's just really nice. It's really nice. So for the next make and take with the listening partners, I'm gonna really, like I said, go all out and do post a little, oh, I'm getting ready for the, this and this, and really, Danielle will be very proud of me then.
You are doing some amazing work, Mama Evelyn. Yeah, with your posting and your
I love it.
and your just being you and putting it out there and stuff. So I admire you.
I admire all of you guys too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm.
That's beautiful. I know. Oh, Tacretia, you ready?
So much, so much, so much, so much. For me, it's just being present to the my prior belief systems, community. Y'all, you all have shown me what's really real. Y'all, we met in these little squares at first.
Mhm.
And then when we did have the visionary event, being able to hug everybody in person for the first time, like that just meant so much to me. And so I used to think that I was alone and just on this island by myself, but I put myself there. Like I'm getting that I put myself there. And just being able, as I came out of the shell and off that, made up nightmare that I put myself in, y'all were there. And it was just amazing. Like me and Star hit it off immediately,
Mhm.
and that connection is unbreakable. And it was all over the phone first.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And the moment I had an opportunity to come and see her in person, that I took it. I did. And it was like we talked all night. So
Mhm.
it's just like that for me is it. And so and then when I'm around y'all, I think somebody said this already, but it's just so inspiring being around y'all. Like y'all just inspire me to be the best me, the person I said I was gonna be when I came here, and even connecting with you, Lolly, that's bringing me back to or reawakening
Did y'all
the
lose it?
desire. Hold on.
We know you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
You're
we can
good.
hear.
Don't do
Reawakening
Must
the
be me.
desire to serve, shifting from survival and where the next meal gonna come from, and do we got a roof over our head, do we got a car, all that, shifting from all of that, now I can be of service. And it's like right on time, because every conversation you talk about is a conversation I want for my child. So we're gonna be there. Boots, even if it wasn't for her, it's like that's like the icing on the cake. I get to be of service, and then she gets to be, that village for her as well.
Mhm.
And I can go on and on and on and on, on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Going, showing my video, going on TikTok every week. That's from being around you guys, and just so much, so much, so community. And I'm talking to y'all, about you ladies because y'all here, but it's just so many that once I challenged that belief, said like, are you really alone? Like you said, Rev, when you were moving around, like you get how present, like, are you present to how blessed you are? And I just got present how blessed I am, you know? And so I'm really grateful for that. So thank you for asking this question, Lolly. That was dope.
Yeah, no problem. I really love hearing about, how communities have really pushed us to where we are now and where we, desire to be. But and another thing I wanted to add to it though, I'm kind of gonna throw another little question out there. But something I realized for myself is that there have been periods of time where I'm like, no one is supporting me. I don't feel like they don't care. They're not showing up, blah blah blah. And I wanted to just go back to some of these things. So communities help you learn, communities build your network,
Mhm.
communities support you, communities educate you, communities provide strength in numbers, so essentially support as well. Communities raise you too. Those are things that communities do. So if I'm saying communities aren't doing that for me, I have to also ask myself, am I doing that for my community?
Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Because there's a give and take thing that's happening here. And so if you're not giving at all, I'm not helping raise anybody. I don't care about nobody. What else got to do? It was only about me. I'm not showing up. I'm not helping nobody learn. I'm not, if that's where you have to start questioning, okay, there you might not have as much support because you don't know how to support.
Well, too, it is too, Lolly. Like even like when you were talking about uh charms and jingles. When you were talking about that, we don't know how to make requests. We don't know how to ask. Asking it is given. That's the big thing. We got community, but how the community go know what you need if you don't ever ask them? Because what we'll do is we'll come and talk about it, but and everybody go, okay, great, and go on about their business. But if when you make a request to somebody, they go, oh, but because that's what we don't really understand about community, that when you make a request to them, everybody wants to be a bigger person, really. Everybody wants to be bigger. So if
Yeah.
you make a request to them, then they get to be bigger.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, because then they get to feel good about themselves. So that's a big part of community that, we such lone rangers. We don't really ask for what we need or ask for. This will come when you were talking. I'm like, okay, do you have a request? Right? And then you have a request. I'm like, yeah, okay, I could come hang out and, bring some people and see what we're doing. So I think a request, because most of the time people think that if they make a request, people are going to tell them no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that's a big part of community. Because when you start to ask it, and that's the thing, we have to do a project. And the thing about my projects, I used to hate them because I started talking about what project I want to do. Like I wanted to collect books one time because, I'm a book freak. And so I'm like, everybody got books. We could have a book drive and give out the books. Next thing I know, people was talking about, yeah, we could build a library. Build a library. I just want to collect some books, y'all.
Right,
And
right.
then I got mad. I'm like, I ain't trying to build no library. I just want to collect some books. Oh God. Okay, that's right. I'm gonna get me another project. It was like that. And every time I would create a project, people would make the project way bigger than what I was talking about. So somebody would go, how's your project going? I'm like, I don't know. The project way up there doing this thing. It's doing what people here took the project from me. I'm like, oh God. So yeah.
I like those because there's some places in the village in uh uh in the village Indian village that have the little houses. They're right at the corner, right at the sidewalk where you can donate books or you
Uh-huh.
can take books. I love that idea, and I
I
really
love
would
it.
like to put one, on our property.
Yes. I'm always looking in those to see if it's a good book in there. Yeah, I'm always looking in them. I love them. Hmm. That's a good idea. I wonder whoever thought of that. It went all over the place.
Hmm.
That was a good idea. But that's what community does. You have a good idea and it'll spread just like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Might put a food pantry out there too, just before things expire and things you get rid of.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too, Mama Evelyn.
Yeah, because when we went through our pantry and everything these past few months, I was like, oh my God, we can hold it on to this stuff and it's taking up room. It could have been
Yeah.
feeding somebody.
Yep. I can't tell you how much food I I um I miss out on because it's in the back of the refrigerator. I never go back that far.
She don't do that either. I didn't see it. Did you look?
Yeah, what always get lost in my refrigerator, change the subject a little bit, is mushrooms. I look back there, the mushrooms I'm like, what? Oh, this was mushrooms. Oh Lord. Right? Mushrooms is the ones I keep forgetting about.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Community, it's a powerful thing.
Community, yeah.
Hmm.
I think and community shows up the most in tragedy. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we had the blackout. Remember that?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I didn't. Somebody was saying how many days it was. I didn't remember how many days. I just
It was
remember.
almost a week. It was almost a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was
I
almost a week.
remember I saw people that I didn't even know lived on my block. You know, were helping. They had their grills out, and they was offering to other neighbors, and it was just beautiful. I mean, when 911 happened and people show up, you know,
Mhm.
they really show up as community, and um, people just want to help. Hmm.
I was just thinking when you said that, like, what would it be like in community if we just showed up like that all the time? That would be a shift in community.
It would.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't even matter. I remember this guy telling me, my cousin, her husband, was saying that he wasn't, if they was in that thing of making sure the tragedy happened, that we have all our cans and we have guns, and they go to the shooting range, because when it happens, people are going to be coming and busting in your door and your window, try to get in and all that kind of stuff. And so he was saying that if you was a Christian, you wasn't going to be able to get in. And I looked at my cousin, I said, you wouldn't let me in? She said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about him. He said, we'll let her grandson, And I just said, he said, no, because, you don't believe like this and you didn't prepare yourself and all that kind of stuff, and I was just like, I just looked at my cousin. I said, you wouldn't let me in? Girl, you let me in. I said, girl, you let me
All
in.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But when it comes, so here's the thing. When it comes to tragedy, something like that, and let's say, when we talk about race and like, this is good, like in Rev's situation, she lives with another race of people, right? War breaks out. She loves these people, but it's against black and white. Let's just say black and white,
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'm like, what would I do?
That's really, really actually a good question, because my friends who are of the lighter persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
they're my road dogs too.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be like an against
Right.
them,
Mm-mm.
right? Because there are people who have gone through the fire with me, for me, by me. So no, there's no way I could be against them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would have to protect them. I'd have to be a stand for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's just like that for me, right? If you look on my Facebook page, I got everybody on my page:
Mm-hmm.
Asians, blacks, whites, Hispanics, Chinese, Caribbeans, Japanese, everybody on my page,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because who I am in the world is I'm for people, period,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so for a while, and I'm a black person. Yeah, I am a black person. Yeah, I can't get by that. But a lot of times I would have a hard time in the community because I wasn't black and only black. You
Yes.
know what I mean? I would have a problem in the community because, you where I stayed at, my neighbors used to always wonder, because I had everybody coming to my house. They'd be like, "Well, who are you?" I just didn't have black people coming to my house. I had Japanese people coming to my house because I was a Buddhist.
Mm-hmm.
So that was strange, on 7 Mile, 7 Mile and 75. They'd be like, well, white people, Latino people. Like, I just had people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who I am in the world. I got people. I just don't have one people. I got all the people, which is something I dealt with in being a minister, because I was up on the mountain with all these white women, and I was like, these ain't my people. And I'm like, I need to be with my people before I make a big decision like this, talking about being a minister. That's what I said. I actually said. And my teacher stopped the class and she said, yeah, because what there is for you to realize is that all the people are your people.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got that, I was like, oh, okay. Then, well, here I go. I'm up on the mountain. Okay, then never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Once I really get all the people are my people, and that's the real about me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I used to get in trouble all the time because we had a particular group that we were out to impact Black people, and I w- I I'm not tribal like that. It's like, oh, you don't like what I'm saying and who I'm being. Okay, well, I can go hang out with these people because there's always people to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
There's always people to create with.
And so they would come see me and they go, "What you doing out here? Hanging out with people. Y'all didn't want me. Here go people. I'm hanging out with the people." So I don't have that conversation that way.
Mhm.
I'm not against anybody or anything. I'm for. I'm like Mother Teresa.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not against something. I'm for something. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. So when people are saying in the spiritual world, or shall I say in the religion world, religious world,
Mhm.
there's the my people being God speaking. When it is but I'm trying to think of a scripture or something, and when I hear people say that God's going to do this for His people, I'm like, isn't everybody His people?
Yeah. Well, it's just like there's one particular religion that says only 10,000 people go get in heaven. Well, what the hell?
Well, yeah. Right. Is it 10 or is it the one with the 44? I don't know if that's Jehovah Witness or something with the 4,004. I said, well, we don't went past that number.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. A bunch of them wouldn't get in there.
I didn't say
A
there's
bunch of them.
no.
That's how ridiculous that is. Are you ridiculous? Is that really for real?
Yeah.
How could it be possible if God created everything?
Mm-hmm.
That's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're the ones that knock on your door at the wrong time. You right in the middle of cooking something. You just got out the shower. You just something. It's always
I love
every
them.
time
I
they show
love
up at
them
my
coming
door,
to
it's
my
the
door.
wrong time.
I love
They're
them coming to my
interrupting something.
door. I
I'm sure
love them
you
coming
do,
to my
Rev.
door.
I'm sure you do.
You do.
I
You
love
love
them
it.
coming to my door.
Yeah.
I
For you.
want to see that interaction.
After I talk to them, after I talk to them, they don't really come back anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's get clear. They could tell me about God. Okay, I'm down with God. He's standing right here with us now. Come on, what we doing? Let's talk. Right. So it gets a little because if it don't add up, it make no sense. However that saying go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it's one of the most powerful things that's in Buddhism. There's 3 proofs any religion or philosophy got to pass. 3 proofs. And that is, do the documents add up? When you look at the documents, what do the documents say? And then theory. When you go to look at the theory of it, 1 + 1 is 2. If the theory adds up, then that's the truth. And then the third one is actual proof. When you actually go to practice it on the court, does it work?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3 proofs. If it can't pass that test, then no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's across the board. Which has been such a guide with me. And I'm an interfaith minister. So those 3 proofs, as because we did an overview of all the religions. And those 3 proofs were a guidepost for whether a religion was valid or not for me. As we studied the different religions, you go, okay, what the documents say. And so that's why Christianity came into question, because everybody else got one book. The Buddhists got the Lotus Sutra. The Muslims have the Quran. Judaism has the Torah. Who else is it? The Hindus have the Bhagavad Gita. Christians got 51 versions of the Bible. Now what we doing, y'all? It's 51 translations of the Bible. Which one is correct? 51 translations, and they all don't say the same thing. So then that puts that whole it puts it all in question. Because people was getting mad at me because one of my assignments was to read the Bible. And then I started going, I'm gonna write my own Bible, and I'm taking fear out. everywhere say fear in the Bible, I'm gonna put in love, because love and fear can't live together. So it can't be fear and love. So God either love or fear, but it can't be both because they cannot live in the same space. So that's, and I think too, spirituality and religion, when like those are such big communities in the world, and a place where people come together of one accord, right? So community is a big deal, but that's what the church is really supposed to be about. Church is about where we come to commune. Well, commune is part of community, right? And so that's what really church is for the community to come together. It's not like an institution to be however they use it.
In control of you.
Oh, well, yeah, that part. Right. But it's supposed to be like a place where you come, because what people don't really understand and really get, you are the church.
Right.
You the church. So when you really, really get that, it's like the building is not so important. But now the coming together as community, that's what's important. So
what's next, Lolly?
I wanted to mention earlier when Reverend Amani was saying to make your request. I think that comes also with learning to trust your community. Because if you are in a good community, then all those things that we were listing before from the article, that community is able to provide if you ask for it. But if you're not putting yourself in that type of community, a supportive community, then you'll quickly see that those things aren't going to be able to happen for you, even if you did ask. So, for me, the Elizabeths and a lot of the communities I'm a part of are actually supportive, and I do need to make sure I am, able to have faith in my community, and knowing that, if we all are sharing this mindset of what community is, that they're willing to step in the gaps and fill in the gaps and make it happen. And that also just makes me think about, I have to make sure that if this is the feeling that I feel from this community, I can feel this from all the communities that I put myself in. And some of the communities, you were placed in, or I guess in some ways you could say you chose to be there in other ways, but like your family might not be the best community as far as support, but they are a community where you can learn from. I think the article I mentioned somewhere in there, learning from that community and learning your empathy and your leadership as you're maneuvering that community. So, yeah, I just going back to what I was saying, trusting that community that you're a part of, especially if you do see that they have the ability to uplift and educate and support and all of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lolly, it makes me think though about drugs. And a community that many of those children that they'll tell you, but they love me. The drug community, they love me. And my household, they don't. They don't believe I can do anything. They dog me out and all that stuff. And so they go where the drug lord wants to love on you and such, give you money, support your idea. You might want to be a rapper in particular with the drug thing. You might be a rapper or whatever. And they're behind you 100%. There's that thing where even discernment does not keep them from going, because they want that community so bad that they know they have to do this stuff. But I want community and support, all those things that you said. I want that so bad that I will sell the drugs, or I will, kill people. I will, because the camaraderie is so good. You know, when we come together, we get high, we get drunk, we have sex, we have orgies, we communicate, we strategize the next hit we're going to do, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's community. And that to them is love.
Mm.
Because they're not getting it at home. Or they might be getting it, I don't know, because you have the quote unquote, Tacretia, you have the PKs, the preacher kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're out there doing things, you know, that they were taught not to do. So there's all the love, there's all the everything. There's going to church, doing all this stuff, but then you got two communities that your soul is like, which one? Because they want me to be this way, and I don't believe that stuff anymore. These people over here, I have to deal with drugs and some guns and you know, stuff like that, but they believe in me. It's crazy. They believe in me. They pump me up. My family does not want me being a rapper or a singer or tap dancer or so I'm just
Tap dancer.
community.
Would you say they want me to be a tap dancer?
Tap dancer. I told you I wanted to be a topless dancer, but you know, I didn't have nothing at the top. And then that movie, The Imitation of Life. My mama would have done that. She'd have showed up at the club and called me.
Oh, girl.
Oh, she did. She did do that.
I thought you said tap dancer, not topless dancer. I thought you said tap
No,
dancer.
I was saying, I did say tap dancing then.
Oh,
okay. I'm just saying, you know, no.
See, I think two things that
it's still a community. That's what I'm saying. And everybody wants community because everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to be touched. Everybody want to be heard. Everybody want to
be free as a bird.
I want to hear your heart. I want to hear your soul. I want to get to know you. I want to see what makes you whole. Because we need to love one another, cherish one another, teach one another, reach one another, kiss one another, hug one another, forgive one another, and celebrate one another. So everybody's looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You might need to send me that song. I might need to have to sing it one day.
Okay.
I'm getting my repertoire together.
Can we have a copy of that we can play?
In a minute.
Okay.
Well, hurry.
That's what I'm saying.
3 years, right? Just creating it. Yeah. I'll send you a copy though.
Okay. Is that one on YouTube?
Yeah, it's only if I send you the link though. It's not public.
Oh, okay.
I send the links.
Yes, send a link. Link me.
I was gonna say, two things that came up when you were saying that. Was one, you know, people having to come into alignment with their life purpose. And for a lot of people who are still searching and seeking and looking for belonging, they may attach themselves to things that aren't really aligned with who they're really supposed to be, who they can be. And you know, not to say that whatever they involve themselves in is not going to be part of their story, because clearly that's the path that they chose. But it's this inner journey individually that we have to take in order to understand the communities that we should be a part of, and how we can also be the community that others can be a part of. So that was one thing that came up. And the other thing that came up in my head when you were speaking was outreach and the importance of representation, and really sharing out that hand, like in the communities that we know are beneficial for us. The communities that we've experienced, the learning, the growth, and everything in a way that has been so beneficial for our lives that we know other people could benefit. It's important to share that with others.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean we gotta knock on everybody on everybody's door, but oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Um, but yeah, but it does mean that, we can be examples. We can share. We can, tell our stories.
Mhm.
We can show up in those times, when we were talking about times of tragedy and other things. And one thing I've noticed is there'll be certain organizations that'll come up and be like, okay, well, this is how we support the community. This is what we do on a regular basis, but we're also here with you now. Um, that is really important as a community, is to just be that representation, reach out to other people, show what we have, and allow people to decide for themselves that they want to be a part of that. Or at least if they don't decide that they want to be a part of a community that we feel is positive, empowering, all those things, at least they got a chance to see it, because it'll ignite something in them that may, burst into flames later. And they're like, you know what, I don't know why I never joined or never became, like this, or didn't start doing whatever it is, that might be 20, 30 years later, but at least being able to see that is something that'll allow them to have that new perspective, even if they don't act on it.
Grand Rising, Lakeisha. And Mama Head.
Grand Rising, ladies. Grand Rising.
Everybody channeling somebody. Put Lakeisha back on. She channeling something too.
She's here. Yeah. Right. Lakeisha, I wanted to tell you that I'm gonna find this book called The Greatest Secret.
Okay.
It's by Rhonda
Byrne.
Yeah, the person who did The Secret. I'm gonna locate this, but there's a thing where she goes into depression. That's how this book came forth. And she had a coach that does not want to be named, but she had a coach, and she talks about the other people that she has spoken with. But it was about how'd she say it? She talks about what's that word I'm looking for? Awareness. When she got that, she came out of it. So I'm gonna read again and find that. But this, once she became aware that, about the body and all that stuff, when she became awareness that she could, and this is just my interpretation of this, that she can be aware of what was happening, and she was able to snap out of that.
Wow.
I'm gonna read it again, but I remember this being such a powerful. I was in a reading group with Alita and Valanda, and that was amazing when she talked about how that, and other people who have read this, and then when they got it, they walked right out of depression.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll help your sister, but you never know. Girl, read this book. Girl, I'm telling you, I'm saying to her.
Yes.
Look.
Yeah. You know what metaphysically depression is, though?
What?
Anger turned inward. That's what depression is, really.
Say more.
She pissed off about something, and she can't even really talk about it. So she just turned it within.
So that's how she dealt with it. That's the manifestation of that disappointment and stuff with herself.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times it is disappointment with self.
I think that's why that awareness, when you can step out and look at something. I know, like when I'm telling the story myself, then I get all this. But if I tell about the story, about what happened to Sheila, it's
You know what's really tripped out about depression is that
Grand Rising, Mama
Grand Rising, I'm sorry, Grand Rising,
Hat.
what's really crazy or what's really tripped out about depression is people will ask you if you're depressed. You don't know you damn depressed. Are you depressed? Hell no, I ain't depressed. You know, but you are. I didn't realize that I had sunk so deep and I didn't realize it. My spiritual self was way up here, but my physical self, I ain't never had my mother pass before. You know, you can ride that wave and be with friends and help them through and all of that. But when it happened to you, you don't know what you're doing. So how can you help somebody that's depressed that don't know they depressed? You got to tell them they depressed. They be like, I'm not depressed. When do you see it and when do you know it? When does it go?
Some people have to tell you, but because I remember my husband telling me I'm depressed. I remember him telling me that I am depressed.
Wait, that he was depressed or you were depressed?
He was.
Okay.
Telling me that he was depressed. But then some, like that's at the beginning when they allow themselves to get deep where they've gone past the feeling of it and stepped into it, right? So he caught it at the, I'm in this space right here, so we would know to help him. When I came back, when I had to shut my shop down one time, and I had to go back to the house, and I had to turn that room back into a salon. And I was sitting there and I was putting things up and taking things out. And I just yelled and I just said, I told my husband and my son, I am not okay. I'm not okay. I just need y'all to be aware, And then as I worked through it, but when I needed to scream, I would just scream the pain of having to come back and the business stopping and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes if you can catch it, Mama, before you really get deep into it. But if they're deep into it, yeah.
But it's the thing, somebody said it earlier in the conversation, the most important thing, you have to be aware.
Yeah.
If you're not aware.
Right.
That's the first thing, because becoming aware is the first step to stepping out of it.
And also,
you gotta be aware.
Damn. I mean, it's even it's
well, because see, Mama Hat, even when you talked about yours, Mama Hat, when you were talking about yours spiritually, you was using your spirituality to override your depression.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. I wanted to say
about that. Wow.
You was using your spirituality to override it, but somebody kept going, there's something off about it, because you couldn't see it, because you weren't aware, because you was trying not to deal with that.
Right. And we talked about this yesterday about your spirit being opposite to your physical self. Because it was Haru said, Mama Hat, I would tell people, I'm on, my mother, it's okay, I'm clear and whatnot, but it was Haru, he said, Mama Hat, I hear you telling all your friends that you spiritually, you all right. He said, but you don't feel all right to me because you're mean. You were mean. You were, you were, and then I guess I looked in the mirror after that. Not physically, but mental. My spirit said, let me show you what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So that's when it clicked in. But I'm looking in the you can heal your life, and it says anger you feel you do not have a right to have.
Yeah.
Anger you feel you do not have a right to have.
Right. So you hide it. You take it you go within and hide it, because you don't want nobody
to be angry.
Yeah. But we're not taught that in life. We're not taught that it's okay to be angry. We're taught when you're angry, especially a woman, why are you angry? Why are you so mean? We're taught that anger is not okay. And anger is okay because it's fuel. Use correct.
So that's one of the phases of grief. So depression, it's a grieving. I don't know. Does that make sense?
I think grieving and depression is different.
But you're in denial though. It's a very much so a denial. You go. I think it's the process I'm talking about. The processing of grieving is what I think I want to.
So looking at this emotional scale, Queen Aduni, it is different. Because anger is like number 17, and depression is the lowest, like fear, grief, depression, despair, and powerlessness is the last one, is number 22.
What are those called, Lakeisha?
It's called the emotional scale.
It almost sound like the 7 deadly sins.
It's part of asking it is given. It has the emotional scale.
Okay.
I still have failed to learn them by heart, but it's the bottom. So a lot of times that's like the bottom level: fear, grief, depression, despair, and powerlessness. So you have a lot of work.
So Keisha, you just might want to say the negativity.
Okay, the negativity.
And fear is the basis of all of that. Mama Evelyn. Ow! Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Oh no, we already did it already. We all did it already when we came on. Hey, Lolly, in other words, the negativity, the lower worlds.
Yeah.
The lower worlds.
Yeah.
The lower. I already had that conversation about Mama Evelyn looking like the lioness. I know, right?
I know her hair is just looking hot. I'm like, woo.
When she came on, Mama had when she popped on, I went, whoa!
You better let that lioness on out, honey. Come on with it.
Sexy.
She kept pulling this up instead of letting letting that little crab. I wish.
Yeah, little cleavage. Oh man. So when we were together at the Elizabeth conference, and I was talking to your sister, she was very powerful about the bare feet thing. I still need to talk to her and tell her about what happened to my foot. Well, she was there. She was there when I was talking to her about the barefoot thing, and I was with her when I cut my foot. And I immediately went and got my shoes. I said, we already talked about this. But there was something that she said to me and the other sister that was a tourist that was set up in front of me. She said, you can't have too many women around. She said, I don't like to be around a bunch of women. So being with the Elizabeth was already a something for her. So there's something with those relationships that I'm thinking about in the conversation, because I was like, when I hear people say that they don't like cats or they don't have a whole lot of girlfriends or whatever, I don't deal with too many women. That makes me go, because in that book that I have, anyway, I'll get the title later. The lady mentions, Sayeda Distillis, she mentions that when we are gathered together, it sets our oxytocin off. When women gather, it sets the oxytocin process, the process that goes through the body and makes the organs feel all lovely and yummy. That happens when we're gathering, we set that chemical reaction off. So whatever. I'm not saying this is a part of the depression, but I know she spoke she spoke about, you can't have too many girlfriends, you don't have too many women, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm not saying that's not for her, but we might need to look. I mean, there could be some answer in that space, the feminine, the something, I don't know, because you can look at so many areas of people, the depth of people. You have some people that were born through the vaginal canal. You have some that were C-section. You have some that the pregnancy might have been a certain mixture. You know, the mother going, the process while being carried. What was mom thinking about and going through? Was she nursed? How did that all of that flows into, how you are.
Mm-hmm.
It could be. I mean, I know she was the only child, and I think she mentioned a lot at the house was her mother, her grandmother, and then she does have a daughter. But she does have a very, very, negative energy. And I think she tried to hide maybe a lot of things that's going on, by laughter and, different things like that, I think,
Yeah.
she tried to do a lot of things to not think of,
Right.
not think about it. And we did not get a chance to see her when my sister was here. Because my sister that came from out of town, she really felt some kind of way because Denise didn't make her feel like she really wanted to see her.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't want to, she knew she was going to be here. She knew how many days she was going to be here. And Denise didn't like even just meet her halfway. She was like, enjoy your stay. So she didn't want to do the just drop by. She didn't feel like she really wanted to see her. So I respected what she wanted.
Yeah.
I reached out to her for the 4th of July, invited her over.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't show up. I did let her know that we both wanted to see our big sister. So I did.
You did your part, Lakeisha. You
Yeah,
did.
so I just have to, let it go.
Yeah,
but I
This
do
I
feel
want
some
to
kind of way.
I'm liking the conversation, but what's she mad about?
I have no idea. I've called her over 15. I've never called her every day. I've never called her every day, 3, 4 times a day. Called her every day.
wait, Lakeisha,
Four.
Lakeisha. Let me cut this short. Oh, Monty, she's a little disturbed because she's a hoarder and they are trying, and it has affected her life, and they are working on getting her help, and but her mind is not where she feels like she needs help. So that's really the story. She feels like she's being attacked by everybody trying to tell her what to do.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from her, but I do feel a little some kind of way because if I've never called you like this before, like I've never called you as being my older sister, you didn't even try to see what it possibly could be that I want, because I've never called you like that before, and you didn't even just see, well, what's going on? Are you okay? I do kind of feel a little kind of way with her, but
Call on me. Call on me. Oh, wait a minute. I got my video off. Hold on. I got my hand up. I got my hand raised. Call on me.
Oh, Monty Grace.
Oh, okay. She's not well, honey. She's not well. Don't take it personal. You're taking it personal that you've called her X amount of times and she hasn't responded, but she's not well. If she has some kind of other physical illness, you would be like, oh my God, her arm is broke, her leg is foot, and you would be like that. Let me help her. But mental illness, we don't have that same kind of compassion for that. She's ill. She's sick.
Yeah.
And you got to have that kind of compassion for her. She's sick. Like if she had, heaven forbids, the C word or the heart problems or needed a kidney.
Yeah.
You would have a whole nother conversation about her, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. She's mentally ill. It's the same kind of thing. So she really needs y'all compassion. Because otherwise she's not going to be able to get through. So all she needs from you is you got to know, listen, honey, baby, you my sister. I love you unconditionally. That's it. And that's all. And that's what she needs to hear and know from y'all, period.
What's that other one? There's nothing you can do about it. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. That's what she needs from you. That's what we don't have for mental illness. We don't have that same kind of compassion where somebody has a physical illness.
Because we think that they in control is your mind. They're just
Yeah.
We don't understand it to that degree.
Yeah, she needs compassion. She's sick. You gotta write down she's ill. She's ill. She's sick. And so that calls for something different from you, rather than be relentless, especially hoarding. Have you ever looked at those programs on TV called The Hoarders?
Recently,
Yes.
because of what was going on just recently.
Yeah. If you look at those people who are hoarders, it's mentally illness.
Yes, it is.
Right. So yeah. And some of them, if you try to throw their stuff away, they'll just go back in the garbage and pick it back out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mental illness, right? That needs
it could be hereditary. I don't know if it could be hereditary, because I remember my dad telling my mom that her mom had a mental illness. So I don't know if it could be, hereditary. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but she needs compassion and like to look at it from a different point of view so you could really help her or at least send her good vibes. And your thoughts. Right? Because see how you thinking about her now, like I done called her 50 times. I don't even call nobody that many times. And why the hell she can't even call me back? Because she's mentally ill. Okay. Right. That's why she ain't called you back. I just want to help you out with that.
Lucretia, the way she sat back and
quit taking it personal. Use your tools, girl.
Open up.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. And uncross your arms, because if you with your arms crossed, you can't get to your heart. So uncross your heart. Oh, that's right. That's right. There you go.
Love y'all.
Hey, Lakeisha, I don't know why you want to come on this call playing with me.
I know, right? I know better. What was I thinking about?
But you all know what? Remember when Lolly, Danielle, and Brianna and I were doing our session, and at the end, she got up and talked about her mother being gone. Remember that? That was Denise. She set a whole new ball rolling. Had us in there bawling like that. Man, she really opened our eyes that day about mamas. That day. At the Elizabeth Visionary Conference. So her being there was very monumental in this process to begin to look. Because a lot of times we'll look in the mirror all day long. Oh yes, I got my hair together and I got this on, but you'll get to work and you might have something sitting on your face that you never looked at because you didn't look there. You're looking here. You're not really looking into yourself. You're looking at yourself.
Yeah, she does go to their grave. I know at least her mother grave. I think also her grandmother often. She does go to their grave often.
It's some mama thing. It's definitely some feminine.
Well, it's really too being stuck in the past.
Yeah, there.
Right? Okay, so it's stuck in. Okay, so let me just say this: it's stuck in the past. But what we have to really, really deal with people is there are so many people on the planet. They have more of a relationship with the dead people in their life than they do with the people that's alive and with them. Right? Because there was something that the dead people provided for them that they haven't made that connection with those who are alive and willing. You get that? So that's like something that we started the conversation off with awareness. And she's not even aware that she's doing that to herself. Yeah. Because when you ever heard it, sometimes you can be in too deep.
Yep.
And she's in too deep.
Yeah.
And the only thing y'all can do is pray for signs of life, right? That when those moments that she pops out, that you can get in there with her, or that moment when you think about her and you can send her some love and light, letting her know that no matter how she is, it's okay with you. Right? Send you see a little prayer, a little opening of encouragement, send it to her. Stop making her wrong.
Right.
She's not wrong. She just made a wrong turn. in her mind.
She turned this way, and there's that way as an option.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
and starting over are options. But we gotta we can lead by example. You doing because you keep reaching out. I love you, Lakeisha. I'm glad she has you as a sister. Let me just say that. Let me say that. I'm gonna say that.
So okay, so you know what's that name? The guy's name, Dooley. Thoughts are things. You know that, right? Thoughts are things.
Mm-hmm.
Your thought has so much vibration on it. You don't have to keep calling her. All you got to do is every time you think of her, you surround her with love and light, and that's it. The other thing you can do is turn her over to the Holy Spirit, and that's the angels to go support her so she can get herself out. There are things that you can do. You don't have to be all up in somebody's grits to do it either. Prayer is powerful. As you get up in the morning and start your day and your meditation, you send out a prayer for her and her healing. Can you get what I'm saying? So you ain't got to, oh, I forgot, you a doer. You got to do something. You ain't got to do nothing this time. All you got to do is be something. Be a prayer warrior for your sister.
Amen. Remember, Malik, what's his name? Zach, what was Elizabeth's husband prayed for her? He prayed for her. He prayed for her.
All right, my
Well,
queen.
so much for community.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Community show showed up.
That's what we were talking about.
Lottie did it again.
We were talking about community and how it helps. And Lolly, if you could read the 5 things that the 6 was a 6.
I don't know. I didn't count. It was a few things though.
Well, that about the community, and so I want to read those, and I hope I got them all right. And then we're going to close up, and we are not going to start a 8 o'clock show at 9:30 or 9:40, and then want to go to 10, 11:30. I appreciate all of you. Let's a community helps you learn.
Yep.
Builds networks.
Mm-hmm.
It supports you.
Mm-hmm.
Educates you.
Yep.
And raise you too. And it strengthens numbers.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. That's the lesson. You all, are there any event going on this weekend that we need to know about? Mama Het.
Baba Haru is having his third 56th celebration.
The third one.
Over at the park. So you all can come over and see the space. Mama Evelyn, if you want to bring some making takes, I don't know if you're busy this weekend, but I'm just saying. Shoot.
What day is that, baby?
I'm sorry, Saturday, July 8th, which is tomorrow.
What time y'all start?
Oh Lord. I'll send the flyer. I think the flyer's in the WhatsApp. I think I put it in the WhatsApp.
Okay, cool. Anything else, ladies?
I love y'all. One more thing.
Peace and prosperity to every one of you.
Yeah.
Have some fun. Make it fun. Give yourself a big hug. Thank you all for joining us.
Get them shoulders.
Oh, and hug the world. And
we're gonna sprinkle this. We're gonna sprinkle this for Denise today. Sprinkle it for Denise.
Yes. And sprinkle joy over Danny's family, who is burying their sister, the cousin, the niece tomorrow. So
whose family? Whose family?
Danny. Danny still will. That's why she's not here today. She had to take care of
could you send me Danny's contact information? It's probably in the chat, ain't it?
No, I'll
What's
send it
that?
to you.
Could you send it to me? I just like to send her a little message. Thank you. Thank you.
Matter of fact, I will put it in the chat. That way everybody wants to. Okay, I love
Bye,
it.
lionesses.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.